Hi guys, welcome to Travel with Austin. I'm Austin. Today I am here in Buffalo, New York at the Hotel Richardson. This is a former insane asylum turned into a hotel, and we are going to be doing a quick room tour and review of the hotel. So I decided to start out here in the hallways so you can see the Kirkbride hallways here with the large ceilings, plenty of natural light, and then also the chandeliers that they added in. And you can also see there is part of a former day room here that was renovated. Since we are in the Olmsted wing, which used to be the men's ward, there is no fireplace here, but if you were to be placed on the other side of the building, in the wing that used to be the women's wing, there would be fireplaces. So, before we go into my room and take a look at it, I just want to point out that the rooms do take up 2 former patient rooms. So you can see there is the actual entrance to my room, and there is where a former entrance to a patient room would have been, but it is of course still my room. Now, this hotel does bank a lot on its historical architecture and the fact that it is a Kirkbride building. Now, this room, which you can see was well slept in, cost me $202 after tax, and that did include an online discount. Now, there is also a $100 hold on your card that will be placed for incidentals. And I will say that I normally sleep at cheaper hotels, things like a Travelodge, where you can, go in for the night, get out the next morning while you're traveling. So this is roughly about 3 times the cost I normally pay. Because of that, I might be a bit harsher. So, let's take a look. Now, these are called the cozy rooms because they are rather small. At the same time, though, you have to think this is double what a patient got. So, when we first enter, we have our door, of course, fire exit information, a please do not disturb tackard, and I did notice that my door is peeling a bit, which is unfortunate. Now, I'm not sure if all rooms have this, but my room has 2 switches. So this is the actual light switch, which turns on pretty much every light in the room other than the bathroom or the lamps. And then there is a master switch, which can cut off power to the whole room. So you actually probably don't want to touch that one, because it will turn off everything, including the TV and the air conditioning. Now, this is something that should be really cool right here. So these are supposed to control the blinds on the windows. And back when this was the Hotel Henry, they worked fine. None of the ones in my room work, which is a bit of a letdown and something that shouldn't happen when you're paying this much for a hotel. Now also, you may notice my curtains are kind of crooked and partially falling down. In fact, it looks like they did fall down, and to fix it, they just screwed the curtain into the wall up there? What the hell? Now, because this is a Kirkbride, we do have massive ceilings in here. Now, there is a TV in each room. It's a Samsung TV, at least in my room. Pretty good quality. Excuse me. I will say my TV had a burn-in mark roughly around like right here, right there. It wasn't too big and noticeable, but again, for the price you were paying, that shouldn't be a thing. Now, in this cluttered little area where I have all of my stuff, you'll see that we have an outlet on the wall here. We do have a lamp. There is a clock that has USB ports in it. And there is the phone to the hotel. My ice bucket is also currently out here. And I'll tell you why in a second. We have this weird coat rack, hat rack type deal. Over here is another lamp. This one has USB ports and 1 plug socket in it. Some weird cork art on the back of the wall. and this weird thing on the back of the wall as well. Now you can see we do have a full-length mirror, a lamp, a weird chair that isn't uncomfortable, but it's not super comfortable, a small little table, and some art. And then we also have some art over here. Now, because AC units would look ugly on the outside in every window and take away from the historic facade, we do have in-room thermostats. However, they are limited, so 65 is as low as you can take it, which for many people I'm sure is perfectly fine, although I love to sleep very cold, and hotels are one of the places where you usually get to put it down all the way to 60. Now, you can also control the fan, but it will only go between auto and low. So as you can see, it's not going to go to high or anything. And I actually found that placing it on low, it would eventually revert itself back to auto. Over here we have a chest where you can put some storage in, and there's also an extra blanket. Then every room has a desk, coffee maker, and again, here is another one of these things, and as you can see, this one does faintly light up, but nothing happens when I press the button, which is disappointing. That was one of my favorite features, and for the price you're paying, it should work. Now, there is a coffee maker here, but you may notice there is no mini fridge. To get a mini fridge, you have to book one of the suite rooms. Now, the cheapest one of those at the current time is the junior suite. That is about $100 more. Sorry, my alarm is going off. So yes, you do have to pay $100 more if you want a mini fridge and microwave. Now, those rooms are, of course, also bigger, but really every room should have a mini fridge. You do get an ironing board, and there is an iron in the bathroom. I'm guessing these are just supposed to be for you to hang things on, since the ironing board is hanging on them. Here is the air intake, and here is the bathroom. Now, the bathroom is kind of interesting, because we do have this nice lit up mirror. It's actually so bright it kind of hurts to look at. We have a reusable body lotion, but thankfully they also have a small hotel sized one, skincare bars. They also provide cotton balls and Q-tips. Now, I have to say, providing Q-tips is very nice. Now, here is the toilet. It is a toilet, nothing special. And this is really funny to me because this used to be the Hotel Henry, and the Hotel Henry closed down because it wasn't getting enough business and also COVID. And eventually it was bought out and became the Hotel Richardson, but the room still has the Hotel Henry mirror. Now, here is the shower, and instead of hotel sized, you get these bottles in the wall. Now, they are locked up so no one can steal them or tamper with them, although still not my favorite idea. I do prefer the small ones, even though I know this creates less waste. It just feels weird. But I will say that these are good smelling, good quality. There's also a soap dish in case you bring your own soap. And the showers have something that is very interesting to me, whether or not it's intentional or not. So the drain to the shower is this metal bar. And when you are taking a shower, depending on where you stand, the water will actually hit it, and it almost sounds musical. Now, unfortunately, I will say it does sound like, kind of like my iPad alarm going off a second ago, or like a ringtone, but it is actually the water hitting the metal in a specific way. I think that's kind of cool, but also was a little bit annoying. I don't know if it was intentional or not. So that is the bathroom. And that is a tour of the hotel room. So if you are just looking to see the hotel room that you get with the Cozy King, here it is. But let's talk about the rest of the hotel real quick. So again, this is in a former Kirkbride building. Now, I think this hotel relies heavily on that because it's historic, cool, and creepy. This particular Kirkbride, I believe, was used as the inspiration for Arkham Asylum in a few of the Batman video games, and I also believe as the Asylum in Outlast or Outlast 2. At least the outside was. Now, the building is beautiful. You would have a great time walking through the building. You can walk through most of the building without being a guest. Now, you won't be able to get into the actual hotel wings themselves, but you can walk through the administration building, the ballroom, you can walk through the architecture center. All of that is available for you to walk through without being a guest. You can visit the restaurant without being a guest. So if you did just want to come and look around, you can, but to actually enter the Kirkbride hallways, you will need to be a guest. Now, aside from that, this hotel does feature a 24-hour fitness center. There is no pool due to the historic nature. There is a continental breakfast, which was actually quite nice. It was mostly pastries, bread, yogurt, and then frittata. There were also fresh orange juices, apple juices, grape juice, and cranberry juice. And these were fresh juices, not the type that come out in the syrup at like a cheaper hotel. And they trusted you with actual glass plates, which was very cool and interesting. I actually really liked the continental breakfast, and I think that is an improvement from the last time we were here, because under the Hotel Henry, they either didn't offer a continental breakfast, or at the very least, me and my friend who stayed with me were not made aware of it. Now, there are, of course, the conference rooms and the ballroom, so you can have an event here. And there is the Cocina restaurant, the bar, and a cafe here. There's also a beautiful park with walking trails out back that is part of the Kirkbride campus. And you can also walk around the outside of the abandoned buildings and take a look at them. I would say that most of the improvements here need to be made to the actual rooms. Please place a mini fridge in every room. It just makes sense. I had to grab a bucket of ice to keep my drink cold last night, since there was no mini fridge in here. The prices are expensive. Unfortunately, I do not see those coming down because no matter what, this is an expensive building to maintain. Now, I will say that they do have the money to maintain this because as my door is chipping away and there is a burn-in on the screen, they are currently remodeling one of the abandoned wings. So I think if they just put some more time and energy on improving the actual hotel, this place could be amazing and great. And I do want it to be amazing and great. So overall, my review is this is a good hotel if you are interested in asylums and Kirkbrides. It is a good place to walk through, to check out. You can check out the grand staircase, the ballroom, the architecture center. You can check out the Kirkbride hallways if you are staying here. I can't really review the restaurant because I did not eat there, but there is a restaurant here. Unfortunately, I don't think they deliver to the rooms. I do believe you actually have to go down to them if you want to. There are no vending machines in the hotel, despite signs that will say ice and vending. It is just ice. I do not believe there is a laundry room for guests in the hotel, or if there is, I just haven't run across it, and I have pretty much been in every inch of this hotel. It is a very nice hotel. Hopefully they will be able to keep it open. I do think that the new owners are committed to the hotel, and I think it is worth a stay if you like the architecture. But if you're just looking for a place to stay, it might be better just to stay in a cheaper place if you need amenities such as a mini fridge, which again is a basic amenity. Now, I will come back here at some point, so hopefully by the time I come back here, things will be fixed and better. And of course, just because something doesn't work in my room or because my TV has a burn-in doesn't mean that every room is going to have that. Other rooms could be perfectly fine and I may have just gotten a bad room. So this is my pretty long, sorry about that, review and room tour of the Hotel Richardson here in Buffalo, New York. It is a decent hotel, but a great piece of history and architecture. If you have made it this far, thank you so much for watching. And before I end this video, I do think there is one more thing I should mention, because this might be important for people. If you are wanting to know about the beds, which is a very important part of the hotel, I will say the beds are pretty firm. I do actually like this. It felt really good on my back. But if you're a person who prefers soft beds, at least the bed I had was very, very firm. Probably one of the firmest I've ever slept on. But I still had a great night's sleep. Anyway, that is all for this video. Thank you so much for watching. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. Please subscribe. And hey, stay tuned. I'm going to be showing off the actual inside of the hotel and showing off some of the abandoned sections as well. Thank you so much for watching.